Guys, we rehearsed this. It's quack. Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here on the Feed the Beast Infinity server. And we're going to do a little bit more with the power. In the last episode, I showed off the fact that I'd built this reactor, and a comment came back from Brink the Gamer that I didn't need source blocks of liquid ender in each and every spot there, that if I just put it up at the top and let it flow down, that would work. And I was thinking, nah, that can't work. Well, testing, yeah, it does. It works just fine. So I'm thinking it's time to do a bigger reactor, because the main limiting factor here was the ender. And I don't have that big of a problem, no. So I want a different reactor. What to build? So I went to this website and took a look at the possible reactors, and what you see here is the 6x6x7 and that 2x2 in the middle. That's what I currently have, and you can see it's generating about 15k RF per tick, which is very nice. I played with several things and said, okay, this gives me the best bang for the buck. That's what I'll go with. Then I said, well, let's go a little bit bigger. Here's a 7x7x7, and all of these are going to be 7 tall. This is in the kind of a commonly used X format, and that's doing 22 or 20.5K per RF. Oh, so that's another 5K better. Very nice. But what if I do a 9x9x7? It generated an additional 2K by having that extra ring of liquid ender, and I've got it. Easy enough. Let's try that. But what about doing this? This is the 9x9, but it's got the box instead of the X. So that's 4 more. That's 3 more fuel rods worth of fuel that it's generating, and you can see this does 32, so that's 10 times more. So we also get some radioactivity enriching going on, because they're not X'd, they're actually across from each other, so they can enrich themselves better. Yeah, the burn rate is going to be about double of what I had at 15, but I'm getting more than double of the power out. And in fact, looking at the 6x6, the efficiency on that, it was saying it was about 86K, and this here is saying 95K. That's better efficiency. So this is the format I'm going to make, this 9x9x7 in a box format. So I need to dismantle this one and pump out all the liquid ender source blocks that I have in here, bucket by bucket. Oh yeah, this is going to be fun. Yeah, so much fun. Alright, I'll stop doing the speedy up stuff. People really don't care, me tearing it down or building it up, because it's a big box, so But I am going to do a little bit here. I'm going to do some processing here. The yellorium goes in and the cyanite comes out, but cyanite by itself is pretty useless. But I am going to process the cyanite. I have my little cyanite reprocessor here, and we're going to sit there and pump the stuff out there, and that's going to come out here. So let's edit this. This is going to get the input, and that's going to get the output. All right, so let's configure these in and out. And since they're not overlapping over here, I don't have to play with colors. I'll keep that color there because, you know, why not? And it just occurred to me that I'm going to have a hard time getting to that right there because I can't get below. Can I get to it? Can I get to it? No, I cannot. I'm going to have to get a wrench to get that to work. But I need power. See, no power. So let's go ahead and slap this little guy right there. And there we got power. But it also needs water. So I have one of these and one of those. Put the water there and Ender IO conduit stack, which is lovely. So let's go ahead and extract this and insert there, and we should start getting water as soon as we tell it to get water. There we go. So now, as we toss in stuff here, it will take 2 of these cyanite waste ingots and turn them into plutonium, which is a valid fuel. So if we take a look here, plutonium, and it's a valid fuel. So let's go ahead and stick that there. We will shove the plutonium in and let that power the fuel in there. You can see nothing's in it. I figured I'll put the plutonium in first. Why not? So the only other thing I need to do is get a wrench because I can't get down there. And last I tried, if I break this with a pickaxe, it's broken for good and I'd have to rebuild it. So I don't want to do that. So I will get me a wrench and fix that. But this is a nice little tidy setup. All I need to do is every so often come in here and put more water or upgrade the drum. And, you know, occasionally get more energy in this cell. But it's going to last for quite a while, which is very nice because that's what I wanted to do. Up here, there's my nifty cells. Up here, I've got the energy out, about kind of where it was before. This goes into my vibrant capacitor banks, which are 25 million RF each, which is very nice. My Tesseract here has an in and out from these two. In fact, we'll just do a quick look. Why are you not showing? All right. Huh. It's not showing the interface there, which is very weird. Fun bug. But the nice thing about this is I can do both in and out. And there's a weird issue here. Yeah, I may have to break and replace those because the size of this is seen very strange. You can see these little tiny lines. It's thinking it's absolutely huge. That would explain why it's having a hard time seeing it, because it thinks it's huge. Anyway, I like the capacitor banks for storing the RF that the big reactor generates. But this means I have put off building my buildings up there long enough. I really can't put it off any longer, can I? I've got to go ahead and start building those. All right, that means creative time. Got to start getting some inspiration. So I'm here in the void world, standing on top of what I think is going to be my house. Well, one of the houses, because there's going to be several. Here we go. The dirt is the 35 by 25 that I originally plotted out, and I was looking at it and going, you know, it doesn't quite go all the way to 35, but I do like the width of it, and so I'm going with a slightly wider than normal. The walls are going to be right about here, so it's going to come close to the walls, but having fun with it. This is in large part thanks to the massive good work that Madness64 did in his Kargath series. And so I went to that map and kind of looked at things and saw, okay, what can I do? What can I do? What's really cool? And saw this double building that I said, ooh, I like that. and extended it so it's twice as wide. So it's this building plus the building behind it is just doubled. And took one of the towers and put it in the middle. I like the little dormer sticking out the side. So been really enjoying this. I think this will work. Been playing with the woods, and right here you can see that's spruce and that's dark oak. And I think I like the spruce better for wood. I do like the dark oak planks. I'll go with those. But this seems too dusty, for the lack of a better word, for the color palette that I'm going with. So we'll go with that. Inside is by no means close to finish. Got some stuff going on there. This is a great place for bats, as you can see, because I don't have any lights in here. I've got a magma torch in here to stop the mobs from spawning, but I'm in creative, so who cares. Just got some fun stuff. The tower part, I realized I need to shift it over one block this way when I actually build it, because then that post there will be this post going down, and so these posts match much nicer. And I think I'll use elevators to get up into here as a nice little spot. Still not 100% sure as to what these rooms will be doing, but this is a nice big expanse. This is a nice room here. I figured I'd punch in some glass here so I can look out. Come down here. Another good room here. This area leads back into this nice spot, and that's roofed up there. And then I've got possibility of one room here, bigger room here, kind of a master suite going up here. I do like what the inn maker did with the bookshelves like that. I think that's pretty cool. Those are spruce fences. These are the dark oak wood fences as opposed to the planks. I like the wood one better. Been playing with a few of the little micro blocks here and there just for fun and giggles, and might do more. But in the example of the inn, they actually have bricks here, and it leads out, and they have a little piece of netherrack to burn. And I'm going, unless I can get some sort of fire that won't burn the wood, I can't do that. But it would be really cool. It would look really cool. So I'll have to play with that. And then I do like the black stained glass panes. Of all the ones, I find that I use more than any others. So what I will do to make building this easier in survival, I went ahead and loaded the schematics mod, thanks to a suggestion in the comments, that I will go ahead and grab the two opposite corners of this so that I can just place it in the world someplace and start building it. So, alrighty, so I have the building done as good enough as I care for right now. A lot of interior stuff that can still be done, but that can be put in place once the main structure is there. So, time to transfer this to the playing world. And to do that, I'm going to use Schematica, which I bound to the asterisk key. So let's do a red point here, hit enable. And let's see, back that direction, maybe, nope. This direction, and I don't need to go down, I don't need the floor. So we'll call that good there. And then the blue point, which is way over there for right now, needs to go to opposite corner over here. So about here-ish or so. Alright, asterisk, blue point, badunk. And nope, needs to go over one, and up some more. Alright, the other direction, and the other direction, and up. I think that will do it. Let's triple check. Yep, looks pretty good, just what we need. Alrighty, let's go ahead and save this. Alrighty. So now I can transfer this schematic over to the Let's Play world, and I can start building it there. Yeah, let's do this. So I've placed the schematic, and I'm looking at this and going, it's a little bit bigger than I thought it was as far as width. I thought I could get away with it. I've got two squares, 2 blocks here on the sides, gives enough room to kind of walk around, which is good. But I'm looking at this and going, it's getting a little tight over on this side. I was thinking of doing a similar building going here east-west, but I might have just a large building with a tower popping out at the top, and then move my Botania stuff back here into the courtyard. Not 100% sure yet, but yeah, gonna have to clean up some things so I can place the items here, but should be able to get this going. The building's going along nicely, and in one of the rooms is going to be my AE network, but that's another show. But I was looking at that and saying, I need Skystone, because according to my calculations, I'm going to be using 48 controllers, because it looks cool. And that means I need a lot of Skystone. So I came out here with my little trusty pickaxe and went chop, 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 chop. This is taking forever. If only I had some way of getting my Skystone fast. Oh, but I do. So I brought out the quarry here and had it start chewing this down. I only really want this Skystone. I don't need anything else, so I'm not going to send it to bedrock. That would be overkill and look ugly. That's why we have a mining world. But I need, according to my calculations, I need 3 stacks of Skystone, and I have more than enough of Skystone to do this. So I think I'm good to go there. But I'm going to let this continue to process because overkill. And let's see, what do we got in the chest? Ooh, we'll take those. Thank you very much. All right. Well, I will let this chew this up. Overkill. Yeah. So progress is continuing apace here with the house. Getting a lot of the roof in place. The walls are in place. I went ahead and harvested some wool off of myself and dyed a little bit of light gray so that I'd have some contrasting bits. Yeah, big chunk there, but we got some inner floors set up and getting that going. yeah, it's coming along, coming along. And moved my trees so I could get more dark oak for the inside bits. But yeah, it's been a long night working here on the house. Had to come over here to the fire to warm myself up because I think the exterior is pretty much done. I've gone ahead and put in all the glass, everything else that needs to be. I've done a little randomization of some of the stone brick, so it's not just all bland and boring. But it's looking pretty good. One of the other things that you can notice is I've started to yank out the stone on here and replace it with dirt, because I prefer to have this actually be a grass as opposed to a stone layer for the base on everything. But yeah, building's done. Building's done. Exterior-wise, interior still needs a whole bunch of work. I need to lay out some of the rooms in there, but it's working. Needs a door right there. Needs a lot of doors. Anyway, it's looking good. Looking good. It fits the area nicely. I think this Botania stuff is going to get punted over to the side. I'm going to put something a little bit forward here. Maybe a tall tower, or maybe a tall tower way out here in the back. I'm not sure. But I think a really tall tower would look really cool from back here, because then I can stand back here and look out in the mists and say, all this is mine. You know, stuff like that. It's what you do when you have a tall tower. Oh, I need some glass right here. So, it's going to be a work in progress as I kind of tweak things, give it a little bit more randomization so it looks kind of lived in, and then play with some of the landscaping here, add some bushes. Not sure about that tree, but maybe. But building is done, which means I can start putting some AE stuff on in there, and that's going to be in this wing here in the front. So, looking good. What do you think? Me? I think it's looking really good. Oh yeah. Looking really good. I'm glad to see that. And bugs me the way that Optifine kind of makes those barrel stuff disappear. But, oh well. Once it's in the AE network, I won't see that glitch anymore. Nope. Well, I've been having fun. Glad to get the building out of the way. Happy to have that in place. This has been Grok the Duck Farmer here on the Feed the Beast Infinity World. Thanks for watching. Bye.